How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Hey, this is Mafia. I want you to meet Vardy. Vardy is great. Amazing.
Beautiful day.
Ah, beautiful day.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
And then we saw you numerous times on YouTube, on your channel.
I was been
so
watching
many.
on your trip, the 30-day trip.
30 Thai cities in 30 days.
Yeah.
My favorite place to come get curry right here. You know, she always has like nice style, fashion, you know? And over the last year and a half, come down here quite often. So this vlog, in fact, I'm calling it the 18-month experiment where I stayed in a small town.
Oh,
And I stayed alone, meaning alone, I'm not married.
right.
It's kind of my experiment, and I'm reflecting back to tell them what my experience has been like. Life after 50 and living alone in Thailand. And what usually happens when guys move to Thailand, they usually do one of three things. One, they either move to an expat hub, somewhere like Chiang Mai or Pattaya or Bangkok or Phuket or Koh Samui, and they're just around a bunch of fellow expats. Two, they end up getting hitched with a woman. And three, they try it out and they just don't last. And I did something different. I moved to a town where there's almost very little English spoken, where there's very few foreigners. Sometimes I'll go an entire week and not see a single foreigner. And for this vlog, what I'm going to do is, I shot it over a week and just hopping around to different moments during my day, going to my regular spots, take you to where I live, take you to the gym, and share with you at the end, is there anything I would do differently, or do I have any regrets? I'll save that to the end, and I'll even talk about dating a little bit. So let's get this vlog started. Hey man, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Hey, this is Mafia, the shop owner. It's her son, and he speaks good English. He plays football.
Yes, I'm like the Messi.
You got number 10 for Messi.
Yes, I'm like the Messi.
Nice to see you. Awesome, man. This guy's gonna be a stud. You know, smart guy. Your son is so smart. Great kid. What do you say, Mafia?
My friend is there. My
Good.
friend.
So we got Mafia.
สวัสดีครับ ผมชื่อมาเฟียครับ
What's your name?
ผมชื่อพงษ์ครับ
Nice to meet you guys.
My name is เอาเนี่ยให้
Hey, Mafia. Who is your favorite football player?
I like the Messi.
You love Messi?
Yes. Yes.
He's always hanging out. He always gives me a warm welcome,
Yes.
right?
Alright.
He always says, "What's up, bro?"
Yes. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Okay.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Yeah, what's up, man? Awesome, guys. See you, Mafia.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you. Oh, thank you.
you.
Thank you. See you later. So I got some fresh ginger. This spot right here is really popular for breakfast. They open at 6 a.m., close at noon, and they have dim sum. And then I'll show you this fish porridge. It's really nice, fresh catch of the day, and then some rice and a really nice broth with herbs and pepper and ginger. But this is what people do. They come out here for dim sum, breakfast, some coffee, and it's very local. It's very delicious. And it's just, you can see the guys over here, over my shoulder, probably my age. And this is what they do. They just hang out and start the day like this. The fresh mushrooms, the ginger, the herbs, a bunch of fish. It's really delicious. If you're ever in this part of Thailand, you must stop here. And how much is this? $5. Mook. Hey man, Mack. How are you? Huh? This is Mack. Father, Mook Mook. The best local Thai food. Aroy. Got the mom cooking. right? Did you go jogging today? Did your father jog today?
Yeah.
He did?
Today?
Did he jog?
Yeah, jogging too.
Yeah, sometimes I see father out there at the lake running. Mook Mook.
Where you going?
I'm telling everyone, if they ever come to Surat Thani, they have to come to your restaurant.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It's the best local Thai food you're gonna have. And you got Mook Mook, Big Mack. Big Mac's usually out partying.
You were here about 14 years ago.
In Surat Thani?
Right here in Surat Thani. I used to come down here 2-3 times a
14
week.
years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you guys.
We moved here from Alaska.
Really?
Yep.
Dumped the
You
caboodle.
moved to Surat Thani?
Yes.
But you were here 14 years ago.
Yes. And
Wow.
it's changed.
Really?
It's still got the same feeling. It really does. I mean, this is exactly what I remember.
Really?
It's beautiful. I love it. And I
Really?
wanted the boys to have it.
Wow, man. So you were teaching English or?
Yes.
14 years ago.
Yep.
You were doing the same.
I was.
You meet,
Yep.
you go back to the US.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
And we came back with 2 boys. And then we saw you numerous times on YouTube, on your channel.
In which video?
Oh, which I don't
I
know.
was binge
So
watching
many.
on your trip, the 30-day trip.
30 Thai cities in 30 days.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Why Surat Thani?
It still holds the Thai feel.
Yes.
The other places, I don't feel like they're holding that Thai feel.
And we thought about Vietnam. We thought about Malaysia. He was born in Malaysia.
Philippines.
We thought about, but Surat Thani, it was,
It just felt
everything
right.
kept going Surat Thani.
Yeah.
Everything kept coming back to here.
Oh, any words to them back home about how you feel about Surat Thani?
Stop thinking about it and do it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? You got to take a chance.
Every evening at 6 p.m., you've got the Riverside aerobics class. And every time I come by here and they're doing this, it's nice to look at. And I try to think, why is that? You know, there's something special about it. And I think it's because in the West, we get so caught up in the latest things to buy and busy. And this is like the polar opposite. It's just really simple. No one's trying to wear the latest workout gear, the latest shoes, and they're still having joy. You know, you come out here, you have the instructor and all the women taking the class, and they're just keeping their movement going and their exercise going. And I think it's such a contrast to what we're used to back home, at least what I'm used to back home. There's something enjoyable about seeing it, but everything has trade-offs, because even though that's special and it's part of the in the moment, and you just feel like it's less hurried, less rush, the trade-off is this. That reflects the entire culture, I think, in a town like this or in Thailand. It's just a lot more slow, a lot more easygoing, a lot less caught up in the race and the hustle. But the trade-off is sometimes, at least for me, I kind of like being in the hustle at times, and the fast movement and the urgency, because nothing really gets done on time here. Everything's just a little bit slower, which can cause frustrations if you want to try to get things done. What I like to say I did with this 18-month experiment, I chose to move to something. Some people say when expats leave their country, they're running from something. I like to say I ran to something. I came here to try to get to know myself better and do some growth mentally, emotionally, and just have some solitude time to work through some creative projects and work on me. And there is some truth. Being in a foreign land, being in the unfamiliar, it can be an instrument to growth and to be a new version of ourselves. You know, I see it sometimes when I go back home. I see guys, they fear being alone. So they'll stay in a relationship or a marriage that they don't typically want to be in, but it just feels safer to them than to be out on their own. And this is the gym. It's where I come to work out. It's a very It's a very local vibe. Feels kind of like a family-friendly type of workout. Sometimes they have parties here and whatnot. We have World Cup flow ball,
Yes.
and Bo is going to be doing some training, like a Pilates, some kind of Pilates,
Yes.
right?
Pilates. Yeah. You'll find Pilates.
I'll come, sure. Football and Pilates.
Yes.
What a good combination.
Flow ball.
Flow ball.
Yes.
Sounds good to me. Always good activities going on in the gym, you know? And Bo teaches yoga too, right?
Yes.
Honey, look, this guy. Little bit like this guy. What do you guys think? Huh? This guy looks a little bit like, huh? Right, honey? Hey, Masa. Want you all to meet Masa, my trainer. Meet with him once or twice a week. And I wish I would have practiced his type of training all my life instead of trying to be bulky and lift weights. He has like the gymnast body. So when I got a personal trainer here at the gym, I said, I need someone to help me with being less rigid and too tight. Huh, Masa? So he takes me through all the regimen. Little bit of Pilates, stretching. One thing I know though, I'm all locked up from years of stress and probably, they say you store trauma, right? Emotional trauma. I've been carrying a lot of stuff around all my life. So I'm tight. So I hire Masa to help work me through all my stiffness, getting better. I just wish I would have trained like him a long time ago. You know, you train fit. You're like Bruce Lee, you know? That's a wrap for the workout at Fitness Lifestyle in Surat Thani. If you're ever at Surat Thani, you got to come see this great crew. Mark, Honey, and some great staff. And Tom. You know, sometimes you come into this gym and they have like little community parties. Like I was here the other night, there was a mask party. All these guys were dancing. It's just like a good family gym. Oh, by the way, how much is it? It's about $50 a month. And then for the personal trainer, it runs about $27 a session. So that's it. Vardy? Man, you are amazing. I love you, Vardy. You guys are great.
Amazing Thailand.
You gotta love this gym. I like places that fuel my creative energy, make me feel alive. And that's been this place for me. It's worked, be able to focus and just have a simple day-to-day life. And it's been perfect. This town has been perfect for that. And the community here is really warm-hearted. And it's just been the perfect environment to allow me to get to know myself better and really embrace solitude. My favorite place to come get curry, right here. You know, she always has like nice style, fashion, you know? And over the last year and a half, come down here quite often and have some home-cooked curry. Alroy. Hey, how are you? Huh?
Hi.
Hey, strong. Let me see your muscle. Hey. Pow. Ah. Good, huh? Yeah, it's nice to come down here at the market. It's every evening. And it's nice just to be out. Sit down and have some nice curry. Look at her here, you got the, she's doing some probably grilled pork. But it's nice. Come down here, you have all this nice food. Fresh seafood, fresh chicken and vegetables. Everything to fill your stomach wholesomely if you want it. And we got the guys about ready to play some music here. Yeah. Good. Yeah. I know some of you guys watching by now are probably thinking, you've seen me kind of experience what it's like, this 18-month experiment I had, living in a town where really there's no other foreigners, where I'm alone. Some of you are saying, what about dating? And all right, might as well talk about it now. Dating, I think that's different for all of us, you know. I think some guys, when they get here, they really want to have that companionship, and they immediately, maybe they did a dating site, and I'm just thinking back, all the guys I've met and featured on my vlogs about how they met their partners. Some met them on dating sites. They came, moved here, have a wonderful life together. Some met, like, say, in Pattaya, where their future wife or girlfriend was working, and then they moved back to, say, Isan, to like Buriram or something. That happens quite often. And then even some of the younger guys I've met, like around 30 years old, they've done the same thing sometimes. You know, they go out to the go-go bar or whatever, and they end up marrying a girl they meet that's working there. Okay, so what's my experience been? And I guess I should answer that with a couple things. One, if you click the link above, you're gonna see a really kind of fun video I did, vlog here in Surat Thani. It was Surat Thani nightlife. And you can see I hopped around the bars and talked to people, talked to females, talked to dudes, and just had a fun night. But I think what you would take away from that video, if you wanted to go out and mingle, it's totally possible to be just a normal girl who's living her life in Surat Thani, has a normal job. That's totally doable. But I think what I found for me is when I got here and I just kind of focused on things I love doing, like this, making vlogs, doing my work, working with my personal trainer, traveling, exploring Thailand, like you saw when I did a series where I went to 30 Thai cities in 30 days. I fell in love so much with that mode of life that having dating, having a girlfriend wasn't really a priority for me. Where compared to back home, I put a lot of energy into, I think, getting that kind of validation or approval from a female, just because I wasn't really doing things I really loved doing. And that's changed now. So I don't put as much effort into needing that. But I think if you wanted it in Surat Thani, that was a long answer about dating. It's totally doable. I think I've met some really great women here that I know if I probably spent a little more time, a little more energy, if that was something I wanted, it probably could have happened. But it's just not where I chose to focus. It wasn't where I chose to put my priorities during this time. The last couple nights I've been out to dinner, and I observed a couple couples, you know, kind of like these, what you call life partners, and they were just both on their phone the entire meal, you know, and meanwhile, I'm just engaged in doing I'm always thinking and trying to come up with ideas or whatever, reflecting and enjoying being with me. Whereas I was watching these couples and I don't know the other word to say, they just didn't look happy. And I feel like a lot of times, especially if it's an unhappy couple, it's going to restrict the experience. It's not going to be the same. And by being solo, I'm out meeting people, greeting people, interacting with new people. There's going to be less of that. If you're here either in a relationship or as a couple, you're going to experience the culture a lot differently in solo mode than you are as a couple. And if you're with a Thai woman, chances are your main exposure to new environments will be with, say, her family or her friends. And I just feel like that would limit me. Next stop, I'm going to stop right in here. It's called Lalita Clinic and get a facial. I'm going to introduce you to Nui. And I stop in here maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. Need to try to reverse all that sun damage I had growing up as a kid in Napa, California. And when we played sports back then, coaches wouldn't let us wear ball caps for sun protection. A lot of sunburns. Nui, we have to say hello. This is Nui. She's from Royet, but she lives in Surat Thani. She's going to give me a facial. I come down here. It's like, I think it's like $50 for a facial. And I don't know anything about fillers. Sometimes people talk about them, and women would know. I'll flash to the menu. It's like $100 or something. I don't know how the pricing works. You can look at the menu. Nui, let's go. Okay. So we come down here. This is what the facial treatment spa looks like in Surat Thani, right? And Nui's always so helpful. Royette, yeah, Nui. Nui, how old are you? How old are you? I think she told me before. I don't believe her though. She looks 20, but I think she's 40. Nui said, take the hat off. All right, guys, see you later. This is what the spa experience looks like in Surat Thani. Before going to coffee, show you real quick where I stay. So it's kind of nice. It's got a nice view of Surat Thani. You got the pool area. Upstairs you have like this little gym. And it's only about $500 a month for rent. I think the most you can pay for rent here is about $750. But I want to show you something really quick. If you step up here, if you look out over there, right? What you're going to see is this like haze, pollution basically, air pollution. And it's trade-offs, right? I guess it's more affordable to live here, but really it's not about being cheap, because there are less expensive places to live around Asia. People say Vietnam is less expensive than Thailand, or even Japan if you're using US dollars, once you have the exchange rate. But for me, it's about how I feel, and I feel good staying here. But there are drawbacks, and in this case, for example, the air pollution, or just things don't run as smooth as they do back home. Just little things that I think Americans take for granted, like blue skies, or building standards, or systems, or policy and codes that are actually enforced. All that goes out the window here. In the meantime, it's been nice, you know, having this place, this condo, the past 18 months. It's been a nice place to stay. Many mornings start right here, especially if I'm up around 7, because no other coffee shop is really open. So I just come right down here to Starbucks. It's a 30-second scooter ride from where I live. This is Maylee. Maylee. And my friend. The best way to start the day. One thing you'll notice in this little town, the default mode is always kindness. Coming here early in the morning, there's nobody here. It's a nice little routine. Get some nice peace and quiet, focus mode, pull out the laptop, have the whole place to myself, which is perfect. I like to spend the first 3 hours in the morning just for kind of focus mode, for getting creative, for doing some work. So I come in here to my conference room, which is kind of nice. Ah, Maylee, thank you. Bring my own cup, and they give you a 10 baht discount. And as you saw when I walked in, the 2 people working here at Starbucks this morning, that's pretty typical. The default mode here is kindness, politeness. That's default. Whereas when I'm back home, sometimes I feel like the default mode is confrontation or friction or debate. And when I'm back home, sometimes things are so efficient. Say when going to get a coffee, you order on your phone, they have a board up there to tell you when your coffee is ready. There's almost no interaction, which is kind of the opposite of here. You get a lot more interaction, which kind of feels good. A good morning, a little bit of a laugh, hello. Even if there's a language barrier, that interaction still feels good. I haven't had any need for a car here. And what does the math look like when you do that? I probably save $1,000 a month between car payment and insurance. And it's a little bit more difficult to replicate this peaceful mode back home because one, always in a car, always driving, parking, getting out. That just kind of, to me, is burdensome. And things are just a little bit easier. my favorite noodle shop in Surat Thani, maybe in all of Thailand. It's so delicious. Homemade noodles with all fish. And you come in here, and it just makes me think. You come here in the evening, you can see the chairs outside. People wait, and sometimes you're gonna wait an hour or longer to get served, but it's the real Surat Thani experience. And when you come in here, no English is spoken. They only accept cash. So for the bowl of noodles, it's $2. What's interesting though, you go to the local noodle shop there, and you don't get a lot of the hands together and greeting or the what they call the Thai smile. I mean, everyone's very polite and kind, and it has that nice vibe that you get in Thailand, the warm heart. But it's not overdone like you sometimes see in a place like Chiang Mai, where it's almost like a show for the tourists. I know it's genuine in most cases, but here, like, you go to the noodle shop, you're never gonna get that there. It's just how it is. Very down to earth, and probably my favorite noodle shop in all of Thailand. Stopped in to get some pineapple. 20 baht for this pineapple, and it's very delicious. That's like 75 cents. Thank you. We have pineapple, we have Chinese desserts. I think they're like China-inspired desserts. Bro, are you kidding me? You remember Mafia from the fruit stand, vegetable stand, over at the market?
Go to market.
You're going to the market? What are you doing down here?
Yes.
Where are you going?
And my house.
You want a pineapple? You want?
No, I don't like that.
You don't like pineapple?
Yes.
What up, bro?
Bye.
He speaks like an American kid. Nice to see you, Mafia. Man, cool. Good to see you. This is one of my favorite little neighborhoods to come down to. These two little streets in Surat Thani, because I love World War II history. And this is really the center of the village where the Japanese occupied for 4 years during World War II. They took over Surat Thani. The same day that they attacked Pearl Harbor, they attacked the Gulf of Thailand. And so this whole road, if you see this whole road, like the structure across the street or the cafe where I am right now, these are old Japanese like houses and shops. And a lot of the Thai towns along the Gulf of Thailand have these little streets like this that were built by the Japanese. Next door here, you have like a bodega, right? Selling some kind of seeds or coconut and laundry detergent. Yeah, an old bodega. You see those in Europe sometimes. I think they're kind of fading though. They want to bring them back because they kind of help neighborhoods be local neighborhoods. And then this structure across the way, you can see. But what happened was either during the bombing by Allied forces, a lot of the structures were erased. And there was also a large fire in Surat Thani, I believe in 1953. Hopped over here across the street. They're selling corn and peanuts. One thing you'll notice in this town, you're not gonna have any souvenir shops like you do in the tourist zones of Chiang Mai or places like that. In fact, you have these cool structures. They even have the peppers out here, getting some good sun exposure. You got the clothes being dried. That's it, that's what you get here. And then across the way you have the old Japanese structures. So I like it, it's very original. My friend, how are you? Where are you guys going?
Yeah.
Where are you going? What are you?
Some project I help dog and cat.
Oh, you're helping dogs and cats?
Yeah.
What are you doing for them?
I help dog and cat.
So these guys are raising money for a shelter for dogs and cats. Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
You know, if you go south down the Gulf of Thailand, there is another Japanese village like this, but it's more polished in Songkhla. But it's even more commercial, I would say. There's some really cool homestays and some really cool cafes, but this one's just raw. You come down here and just chill out and watch the local life, you know? Oh yeah, fresh soy milk. What starts to happen is, I mean, I come here quite often. It's like fresh soy milk, and then tofu, and then like sweet potato and pumpkin. It's relatively a healthy snack with no sugar. But what happens is, I don't even have to say anything. I just have a seat. They are familiar with what I like, and I get served my favorite. But I think what happens is, even though one would think mostly Thai is being spoken, although their daughter speaks really good English and really good Chinese. So family ran shop, husband, wife, the kids, and I just like to come down here. It just is a nice break, relatively healthy snack. But I think, I don't know, when I'm home, I never get this experience. Familiarity really, but it always feels good to go somewhere local where they kind of are familiar with you. And I don't know what it is. It just, even though there's a language barrier, even though no really close friends or family where I stay, I never really have a lonely moment. I mean, it's human nature to have some, but I end up having more of them when I'm back home. And I think one reason I don't really feel that here is because of moments like this, the familiarity. Just going to my regular spots and feeling welcome, and it's just nice. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my soy milk with no sugar and fresh tofu. So you come out here and you can see down there's these tables and people sitting, couples and friends, socializing, enjoying a good, what I would call a home-cooked meal. You know, it's made with love, with like, they care about the presentation and the food. Now keep in mind, it's $3. But I feel like what comes with this, and you have it all along this street, this outdoor kind of like dining, I guess, with home-cooked food, is, the word I think of is like dignity. I just feel like we've lost it in much of the West because it's become too expensive to go out and enjoy a nice meal. And I'm not talking about spending, you know, $100 or $200 a plate like you can do back home, but just come out and enjoy a nice meal, have some good conversation, visit with family, visit with friends. I think we've lost it back home. No matter a family's budget or income, in this town, you can go out as a family and enjoy a very nice meal together. While making this vlog, there was part of me saying to myself, by the way, how did you end up here? Me. How did I end up here? And I'll share the story with you. It wasn't the plan. I've been based in Thailand for about 6 years. The original plan was to move to Chiang Mai in 2019. And then as the pandemic was coming, I got stuck in Taiwan for a year. When I came back to Thailand about 5 years ago, I had never been to Phuket. I went there and it was during the pandemic. It was pristine. I stayed there for almost 4 years. And then that changed a lot because of the war, the Russian-Ukraine war. The total vibe of Phuket changed. And one thing I knew, every time I cruised through this town, say I'm away to Koh Phangan or Koh Samui, I always got a good vibe here in the town of Surat Thani. So it just felt natural leaving Phuket. I still like being around the Gulf of Thailand or the Andaman Sea. It made sense to get a place here. And it just always felt good. And I like to go to places how they make me feel. And this place, this town, just feels peaceful to me. And that's how I ended up making this my base for about 18 months. Gonna walk right up here and have a refreshment. When I was leaving the river, the sunset was absolutely beautiful. Sometimes we get these sunsets off the river. They're just stunning, but I'm gonna stop right here for a refreshment. One of my favorite spots. It's called Withy. We're here early though. So walk, also known as Song.
Oh, yes, Song.
Good to see you.
They're good.
Yeah, and that's Min. This is Min. And this is Chef. The chef, Min, the manager, and then we have our Sing lady here. Sing lady. So walk. I'll sit outside.
Outside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Medium, please.
Medium size?
Yeah. Aw, man. IPA.
Yes, Maria.
Thanks, Wak. My thoughts about life after 50, living alone in Thailand in a little town where there's very few foreigners and very little English being spoken. It's been good. It's been good. It's been good for me. I feel like it's helped me with my own personal growth in regard to emotionally, mentally, and just being comfortable with me. I think when I look back at my life in the US, I was seeking validation and approval. That's who I was back then. I don't carry that with me anymore, and I can thank being here for that. I can thank being here for trying to be a little more patient, for pausing a little bit more, being less hurried. I love urgency. I love agency. I miss that actually from back home to a certain degree, but it also has trade-offs. And that slow pace of life here can be frustrating often. But the flip side is you get this. You get what you saw in this video, this vlog, where people, warm-hearted, there's a vibe that you're not going to get back home. I love that. But it's been a good 18 months. I've enjoyed this time. I've enjoyed this time alone to kind of help me grow as a person. I also feel like during this time, my perspective has shifted. I try to keep learning about life, learning about things, and staying curious. But my perspective, I think, has shifted. I think when I first came to Thailand in 2019, I had moved to Chiang Mai. I kind of had the romanticized version of what Thailand would be like. But I do feel like since then, just like everywhere, Thailand's changed, but the whole world has changed. And what my memories were back then are different now. I'm going to close out this vlog and close out this 18-month experiment living alone in Thailand after 50. I'm going to do probably 2 more vlogs from Thailand before moving on to the next place. And in the next vlog or 2, I'll share with you my plan for the next country. Until then, everyone, thanks for joining me on this tour of the town where I've made base the last 18 months, living alone in Thailand, life after 50.